All right, so um, this is a first video I'm choosing to make. I am newer to Path of Exile. This is my second league. I really like Sanctum. I enjoy the gameplay. I enjoy having to think about which direction I want to go. And because I'm newer, and in the beginning, I didn't really have a good concept of any farming strategy. And I seen that you could just go through and randomly get divines from the drops. I was immediately hooked. And I decided to make a build that could do Sanctum that I thought was fun. And I picked Brand Inquisitor, or the Templar Inquisitor brand build. There's a lot of guides out there, a lot of builds out there. I'll link my POB so you can see what build I'm currently using. I definitely didn't start this way. It took a long time to get up to. But for my second league, I'm pretty proud of the progress that I made. So this video is just going to be me walking you through what it is that I think about and the strategy that I implement for Sanctum. I'll probably babble on, so if you're looking for a quick vid, this is not it. There's lots of them out there. But yeah, this is just kind of where I'm starting. So in terms of my gear, it's kind of cracked at this point. I'm not gonna lie. I have put everything into this character. I've got a mirror tier amulet here. First ever mirror tier gear, and all of my stuff is at this point like not fully optimized, but I would say the gear is pretty solid. But now that I think about it, I can make a separate video on my build and the gear, and I'll just jump into Sanctum. One thing that I found out is that the area level matters to a degree, and if you hover alt, the item level matters to a degree. I've done several hundred Sanctum runs at this point. The only thing that I understand so far is that if you want the very rare, I think the original Sin relic drop, I think you have to do 81 and above in order to drop the item level 85 relics. And that's what I choose to do to eventually get to. And I always run area level 3 or 83 just out of, I guess, paranoia, because I don't want to risk not being able to get that drop. So please keep in mind, I'm still very new to the game. I don't know the ins and outs of everything, and this is kind of just my own experience with the game so far. In terms of my merchant strategy, or my strategy in Sanctum, there's a few variations here. They have the one where you can increase the amount of runes that you see. They have the one where you can increase the amount of merchant options. And then I think they have another one where you increase the amount of relics you can get to improve the chances or double the chances of legendary relics dropping at the end, so that you have more chances to get the original Sin relic, which is a lot of currency right now. I personally went with a merchant strat. I love the merchant strategy. Having more options to choose from the merchant, to me, made my runs a lot smoother in the beginning, because I can't tell you how many runs that I've done where I started and I died at the last boss just because, I don't know, I'm bad. So right from the get-go, level 1, I already know exactly what I want to do. I'm going here. I'm prioritizing all the gold in the first level. And so from here, this is just muscle memory at this point. I like after you do this a few hundred times, you tend to get used to this sort of thing. In the beginning, I would have taken my time and clicked on every single little chest, picked up every single little gold. But now where I'm comfortable and I understand how much that I might need or where I'll end up, I typically don't worry about it anymore. So, my first decision I have to make, 50% less coins found. I always try to avoid this because gold to me is a priority in the beginning. And when you gain an affliction, you gain a random minor affliction. That is also really bad for me, or especially if you're newer. I would never get this one either. So these are two pretty bad for my strategy. So I'm going to have to say no to the gold here, and I'm going to have to go here. Just because I don't want to deal with that annoyance, to be honest with you. My build is strong enough to where it really wouldn't even matter what I pick at this point. I'll get through no matter what. But my end goal is to increase the opportunity of me doubling my rewards. Also, I'm late enough in the game. I don't care about any of this stuff either. So if you see me skipping these and you're wondering why, well, it's because I don't need it at this point in the game. It's not even worth my time clicking on, so I'm not going to. Monsters impact 25% more resolve. I don't care about this either right now because I try not to get hit. And when you get very comfortable with the game, you shouldn't get hit that much at this point. And so, yeah, I might get hit here and there. I'm definitely not trying to do no-hit runs because I'm not good enough for that. I don't have the patience for it. That's why I do softcore. I just don't have the patience for it. So when I see this, you have a couple of options. One, I think about how much gold do I have? I have 323. I have enough gold to choose to go to the Chambers of Inscription. But I prioritize the accursed packs in the beginning because I don't care about my resolve. I use resolve as a currency, you could say, because the life to me doesn't matter. Now, if you're newer and you need that life and you get hit often, maybe you don't want to pick that one. Maybe you're trying to avoid it, right? But me at this point in the game, I don't care about that. Oh, by the way, these are my least favorite guys. They will just hide in the shadows and then waste your time. So that's why that happened. Again, I'm not clicking on these because I don't care about the rewards on the first two levels. I don't care about them at all. Okay. So my strategy, the merchant offers one choice. I'm avoiding this like the plague. That'll completely gimp, or whatever you call it, destroy my strategy. So I have to avoid that at all costs. I want to go for a cursed pack. I don't care about my minions doing 40% less damage because my build is, at this point, very strong. I don't need the damage. They can cut my damage in half and it doesn't matter because my build is good enough. Now, earlier on, that node might completely ruin your run. So you might have to avoid it, and that's just the decision that you'll have to make. Because as an example, like I still have 1.7 million DPS, tooltip DPS, not even the POB. I'm good on damage. So, my first accursed pack here. Lose 200 resolve, get 100 inspiration. I automatically choose this just because I know at some point in the future I'm going to cut my resolve in half. And because I don't get hit that much anyway, I am basically giving myself 100 inspiration. Because I don't plan on losing this inspiration, and this resolve is not going to matter anyway, because the monsters aren't going to get through this to hit me. And there's other packs coming up where I'll probably cut my health in half, and this will just go away. So I'll take that. Gainer minor affliction. I'm going to avoid this because I don't want to randomly get a affliction right now at this point in the game. That completely ruins my run. I also, lifting melody is completely useless for me because I don't care about inspiration. And I especially don't care about getting a boon that removes itself. And I'll kind of explain my thought process there. Lose 50% of current resolve. gain 50% of current resolve as coins. Okay, well, I made a mistake here. Well, or did I? Gain 50% of current resolve. Let's see. I've actually not tested this out. I think I should gain 150 coins. Let's see. I think I did. You know what, to be honest. Oh, no, I didn't. I lost, I have 50 resolve, so I had 100. I went down to 50. I gained 50 coins. Was it worth it? Probably not. Wouldn't really need to do it, but just so you guys can see what it does, that's what it does. Okay, yes, I don't care about damage, so I'm going here again. That was kind of an unlucky one, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't get anything of real value there, so it was kind of a pointless one to go to, but hey, this game is honestly about gambling, so you take chances. Let's see what this one offers. So this is what I was talking about. I'm going to lose my resolve anyway, because I am instantly taking this because you get a random boon. Let's see what I get.
You stare into the abyss.
Gain a random minor boon, use a fountain. That can be good. Gain a random minor affliction to see an additional room ahead. So I have a choice here. I'm taking a risk. I personally think if you're not choosing the rooms option, this is very strong because what it does, and I'll go ahead and run forward here. This doesn't just let you see one like floor, I guess you could say, where if you put on a merchant relic and it says one room ahead and you can see the first three, well, it might give you a room up here. Well, the one room ahead will actually give you an entire column, not just one random room. So it'll give you an entire column ahead, which is actually very strong because you can make a decision, a better decision, basically. So I'm going to take it and take a risk. Let's see what I get. Okay, monsters' action speeds cannot be slowed. This is actually pretty annoying because there's a couple of monsters in here that will off-screen you, and they attack very fast, and you'll get hit out of nowhere, and there's no way you can dodge it because you can't see it, and it's very frustrating. So just be mindful of that. If you pick it, you're probably going to get hit. At this point in the game, again, I do not care. Gain a random minor affliction. Monsters impact 25% more. Remove this. I don't care if I get this was removed. So I'm not picking that one. Always going for as much gold as I possibly can. Obviously, if I was trying to min-max this run, I would pick up all the gold in here, but I'm not. So I'm just going through, doing what I'd always do, kill the minions, go to the next floor. Alright. So, now for the final guy here. At this point for me, if these guys were a problem, that would be a problem. I'm going to kill everything pretty easily. Again, I could take this. I don't care about these rewards anyway. It's very strong early season to just automatically take like 10 chaos by the end of the second floor. That's very good early in a league. Especially if you can get to this kind of content within the first week. You can buy some very powerful things for chaos early on in the league. So, on the next floor, 1,000 gold, first floor, not terrible, not the best. Okay, so this is why that extra floor was important to me, because now I get this whole row, which helps me make even a better decision. All right, but let's see here. Again, I'm prioritizing boons, getting boons, and I want gold so I can get boons. Chests no longer drop coins, completely destroys my build. I can't pick it, so that means I can't get this. Also, rewards are unknown, completely destroys my build. I'm avoiding these two at all costs. Hey, I see this chest here. I might want to get it. Dude, these are brutal. I'm not gonna lie. This is a brutal run. No, I don't want to do this. 40% reduced movement speed. Extremely annoying, but the best out of those options I have to go for. Oh, a little thing that I do here, I just hug this wall to spawn this guy. You don't have to do that, but it's something that I do. I don't know why I do it. It's just less of annoyance. I don't know if you guys saw, but I got hit there. Skill issue. These guys are so annoying. These little guys here, they'll shoot the arrows at you. So just be mindful. Again, I'm fairly confident and comfortable of what I can do and how much damage I'm going to get hit this run. So be mindful of that. Don't do as I say, not as I do, sort of thing. Okay. Monsters inflict resolve weakness on hit. You know what? I might take this. I don't think I'm going to get hit that much, and I'm going to gain some of my resolve back, so let's go ahead and do it.
Another human.
So I'm back at 200 resolve. A little buffer there. Lose a random minor boon, minor affliction. No, I like the boons I have. I picked them for a specific reason. I don't want to lose those. I don't care about these boon or these ones that I lose because I picked those for a specific reason. So I don't want to lose them. I consider this actually pretty lucky. Because I'm trying to get as many boons as I possibly can in the first 2 levels. Is gold a better option? It might actually be. And just for the sake of it, I'm going to actually go for the gold and then for this one here. So that's what I'm going to choose to do. And hey, I also get to heal some while I'm at it. So let's just do that. Pretty sure that guy hit me. And there's literally nothing I could have done about it except be better. Alright. So. Wow. So this is actually a pretty high roll, you could say. I got pretty unlucky with those. What are these called? Afflictions. I got unlucky with the afflictions here. But this is pretty lucky. Because I get 2 major rewards. So I'm going to go for this one. Well, that was just, you got a 1 in 3 chance there. I happen to hit it. That'll either be on the one of the corners. I happen to pick the corner that it was on. Just a lucky guess. Okay, but now let's think. I don't care if monsters deal damage, so I'm instantly going to choose this next one probably. So let's go to the pact. See what they give us. I could go more in depth with the layout of these, but full transparency, if you're newer to Sanctum, you just gotta run through it. I can't tell you how many times I died. It just takes a little while. Monsters do not drop coins. 50% less merchant prices. I personally think that is extremely strong. Your main gold that you get will come from the bosses at the end of the level. So that means I only care about the final boss at this level, the final boss at the next floor. So they may drop 500 coins, so 1,000 gold. You can save so much more gold by the prices of the merchant getting cut in half. I think this is extremely strong personally. I don't go around picking up all the gold from the minions, so I take this.
You stare into the abyss.
Cannot lose resolve. Next one, I'm never taking this. I don't care. Just as an FYI, and I'll show you more later on. If I take this boon, I have a possibility of getting it again, and I don't want that because the boons that I take, I want to keep them. Gain a random minor affliction. No, I picked that movement speed reduction because it's something that I know I can handle, so I'm going to keep it. And I don't want to risk getting another boon that destroys my run. So, let's just keep going through. cozy here. All right, let's go. What are we at? 1600, and we got 50% reduced merchant prices. That's perfect. I don't care if monsters deal damage to me at all at this point in the game. Maybe you do if you get hit a lot. I do not, so I am going to choose this one. And it's gold as well. So. As a recommendation, I actually would encourage you to do lower Sanctum levels to where the minions are actually that easy to kill. So if your build doesn't have a whole lot of DPS, and it takes you like, I don't know, 40 minutes to do a Sanctum run, I would drop that into the 70s, even 60s, to get currency. I'd have to actually look up when divines actually drop, but again, I'm a newer player. I don't know everything, or I don't know most things, so I don't know. I don't know what item level it is. If you actually do know, go ahead and say. Already, I'm playing this very sloppy, so it's a good thing that I've picked up that extra resolve. Because at this point, I'd be close to dead, if not dead.
Bow to my sycophants. These are flesh vessels.
All right, I pick these up, these relics, every time, because later on I un-ID them, I stack them, and then I sell them. Oh, normally, early in the season, I would absolutely take this. Awakened Sextants are very, I guess, valuable, and they sell for quite a bit of currency. I think at this point in the league, they're 3 and 4 chaos for 1. So this is actually very good. I would have taken it, but I am trying to duplicate divine, so I'm being greedy. I'm not taking it. On to the next floor here. Okay, finally, my first merchant. I am definitely going to prioritize this. If I was newer player, I might have picked the Radiant Fountain just because I want to survive and I want to remove a boon and take the health. And maybe I don't care about the merchant because I don't use the merchant that much because I don't have a whole lot of options. I would say that if you don't have relics in your chest, or whatever you want to call it, and you're newer and you're going through early, this would probably be a better choice because you could technically ignore what's in here and just go and get this, and you wouldn't really care about the fewer choices because you don't go to the merchant that much anyway. Also, I'm a dreamer, and I think, man, maybe I could get a mirror in the 4th round. I don't think it's possible to get a mirror in the 3rd round, so I don't care about knowing what's here. I don't care about my resolve. I am definitely going with a merchant. I have a merchant strategy. If I didn't go there, there'd be something wrong. I honestly, out of all the traps, I think these lasers are one of the most annoying. They always clip my ankle somehow. I don't know why, but skill issue, they do. Okay. First merchant strategy, or selection here. Let me think about this. If you notice, they're only 100 gold. And they're 100 gold on some of these because I chose the option to cut the price in half. The first relic that I'm looking for is the one that cuts merchant prices in half, the boon that can do that. I do not see it. The next thing I'm thinking about is what multiplies my gold. Well, this does. So I know that I want this one. But since this is going to be a longer video, I'm going to go through each of these boons to say why I would or would not want to prioritize them now. I'm going to prioritize this one. The next boon you gain is converted into a random major boon. This is extremely strong right now because I have 2,000 gold. I can afford this. And I can buy a boon that is cheap that I don't care about. There's also an option to, let me see if there's one here. I could technically buy this one. And the reason why I would buy this one over these others is if I buy this, it's not going to show up again because it says resolve recovered while 100% increased resolve recovered while resolve is below 50%. This is going to stay on me as a permanent boon. If I pick this one up, I'm going to get it back 2 floors later as an option. I don't want that. I don't want to have that. Or I would have wasted 170 gold, basically. You're wasting gold if you pick this. But another thing is do I want to spend 170 gold when I could just spend 100 gold to get a major boon? I'm going to spend 100 gold to get a major boon because I'm not buying every single one of these. So here we go. I'm buying this one anyway. What major boon do I get? You cannot receive any more minor afflictions. That is one of the stronger ones in my opinion. That means I can just pick any room now. It doesn't matter what the affliction is. It is a very strong major boon. Pretty lucky. I want gold. So give me the gold. Increase coins found because I'm going to find coins in chests. I hate that I gave minions movement speed. Or increased action speed, so I actually want to take this to lower their action speed back. I took reduced movement speed. I prioritize movement speed in my runs because I'm trying to run them faster, so please give me my movement speed back. Also, this one's the more expensive one. Is there the boon that lets me get my next one for free? I don't see it, so I'm going to outright buy it. Hey. They lowered my damage. Well, that was kind of annoying, so let's increase my damage back to break even. Also, I can reduce the monster's health by even more so that they can die even faster. For my survivability, I think this one is stronger than this one because that means I can get it on multiple floors, but because we're already on the 3rd floor, well, I'm only going to get this once. So instead of buying this for 200 gold, I'm going to buy this for 100 because right now I'm trying to get as many boons as I can for as cheap as I can. And it's all based around this guy, this minor boon of fortune. My whole strategy is to buy up all the boons so that at the end of the 4th floor, this is one of the only ones left, and I can hopefully duplicate my divines. That's what I'm hoping for. So I'm buying this one. What else is the lowest one? This is low. Next time you go to 20 resolve. Hopefully I don't get down to 20 because then I would lose this. But I'm buying this one. Monsters. I don't care if I get this, but I'm buying it because it's cheaper. And what is the other cheapest one? I might as well get this one. And then, well, hey, you know what? I had enough for all these. I might as well get this one, leaving these 2 left because this is a waste of gold. I don't want this one yet, and I don't care about gaining resolve right now. So, lengthy explanation, I know, but I really am trying to break down how it is that I think about these things as I'm going through Sanctum. Because you could watch that other video. I kind of do it just second nature. But I got 200 gold. I have duplicated or gained 50% of the amount of coins that I got, so that's great. And I want to go to another merchant because I'm going to get quite a bit of currency here in these next couple of floors so I can buy even more boons. So let's just get through here. Try to quit yapping. And at this point, you know, I'm going to pick the chests up because the monsters don't drop coins anymore. So that one gives me 83 now. Perfect. So I have 406 gold. Now this is lucky. I'm not going to lie. You're not going to see this every time. But this is perfect example for my strategy and why it's going to work. If I see this on the 3rd floor, that means I'm going to get 2 divines at the end of the run by the final boss. Well, if I'm doing a duplicate strategy and I'm going to save that duplication boon to the end of the 4th floor, I automatically know I'm going to get at least 4 divines this run. And if you're doing them pretty quickly and you're doing runs in 15 minutes, 10 minutes, Well, you just got yourself 4 divines minimum within 15 minutes of your farming strategy. So I automatically know I'm immediately going for this. And keep in mind, I only know this exists because of the boon that I received that lets me see 1 floor further ahead. So you can kind of see how these boons magnify on top of each other. And look how many I already have, and we're on the 3rd floor. It's not the most I've ever had by the 3rd floor. Matter of fact, I've had a crazy amount some runs, but you can kind of see how strong this strategy can be by just having more options and more gold from the match. And it's why it's my favorite farming strategy. And it's why I choose to do it, because it's very fun for me. I have to actively think about what I'm doing. And it's been a pretty consistent currency. So, 400 gold. What do we got? I cannot... This is actually a crazy example run. It's unfortunate that this major boon is here. This is kind of like the S tier boon. But the one that you want to see at the end, not the one you want to see right now. Duplicate up to 3 random offer rewards. Well, unfortunately, this is useless for me right now because I don't have any rewards. This only applies it to the rewards that you have currently, and I have, guess what? 0. So very sad that I'm seeing this right now because the major boons are also random. I would be willing to bet money that I am not going to see this boon again for the remainder of the run, and so that means I know that I have no chance of quadrupling my return. So sad day, I can't take it. Okay, prioritizing Silver Tongue immediately. I don't even have to think about it. Well, I guess technically I can think about it. Do I want to save 20 gold and min-max it like that? Sure. I'll do that. So we'll buy this to get this 20 gold cheaper, to make everything else that much cheaper. I have 300 gold left. I want another major boon if I can get one. Wouldn't it be great if I got the all-seeing eye? So let's purchase this. What do I not care about? And what is very cheap? And what is going to pop up again in the future? This. So this is a boon that if I take now, it'll roll again on future floors. The next 10 guardians you hit are killed instantly. If I take it now and I kill 10 guardians, well, guess what? I'm going to see it again. So I don't care about this. I don't want to see it. I'm going to purchase it. Let's see what boon I got. Traps are disabled. One of my favorite major boons. Extremely strong. All the traps are extremely annoying. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I am seeing the boons that I think are some of the absolute best in the game right now. This would be, I would consider, with the exception of not having all-seeing eye yet, these would be my favorites. I cannot receive any more minor afflictions, which is insanely broken at this point. And traps are disabled, which is insanely broken. This is a very fortunate run so far. Now I have 182 gold left. So, normally I would... Well, actually, I think I still am going to take this because... I mean, this is going to be a longer video anyways, so... Actually, no. I'm not going to. Because I would have taken that if I would have seen more chests here. But because I know that one of the boons, or one of the... why am I blanking here? Afflictions that I received was that monsters don't drop any more coins. Doubling the amount of coins when there's no chests here, and I know he's not going to drop any coins, is a complete waste of my gold. So I'm not taking that. A complete waste for my gold because it's just going to appear right back up. I think I will go and take this one. Now, it's going to be completely useless for me because I'm not going to gain any more afflictions. So that's important to note. But I am taking it because I want to take that boon up to make sure that I guarantee myself the duplication boon on the 4th floor, because I don't know if you noticed, the duplicate boon that we seen earlier is not here, right? So, what else do I want? 50 gold only. Monsters impact 25% less resolve. Taking that up. And then I have 64. Either one of these doesn't really matter to me at this point. I'm going to take it. Also, sometimes it does this thing where it keeps my gold here, but this is actually a little bug. My gold is actually only 18. I don't actually have 182. I don't know why it does that. I guess it's just a bug. Something else important to note here, you'll see me going back and forth into the rooms here. I will do that sometimes to make sure I make a better decision. And that is a perfect example where I see the chests that are not here. I know that I didn't want to get that one. But very important thing to remember is as soon as I choose a reward, you can't go back. Or you can go back, but I wouldn't be able to purchase anything else. So don't like go back, say, oh, I know I'm going to go to this room, click it, then go back. Then you won't be able to do what you were trying to do. So just make a note of that. As soon as you click the floor, you have to go to it. So, I don't care about boon or afflictions at this point, so this doesn't matter. You cannot recover resolve. This is one of the best afflictions that you can get, in my opinion, because it doesn't matter. It goes away by the end of the floor, and I think it doesn't hurt you that much. We could just say that, but I know I have to go there because I need the divines. But yeah, just as a reminder, I don't claim to be a great Path of Exile player. I don't claim to have a whole lot of knowledge. I might even have quite a few mistakes at this point, so please take everything that I'm saying with a grain of salt. This is just based off of my own personal experience after doing several hundred Sanctum runs this league. So, obviously, no brainer doing this because I want the divines. Oh, that guy almost got me. I want to take coins at this point from the chest because, well, if you notice, I don't have that many. That was unfortunate that I ran into those, and that can happen. You got to be careful. Boom, 2 divine, guaranteed. I don't care about these afflictions anymore. Yay me. Okay, easy peasy. I'm actually opting to take the gold in this chest because I don't have much gold at all. Fun fact, so this is kind of where skill can come into play, or just using your noodle. Matter of fact, I might have missed this earlier, but because I cannot receive any more minor afflictions and gain a random minor boon when you use a fountain, I could actually take this right now, not receive the affliction, and gain the boon. And I technically would do this if I were you, if this happened to be the 2 that you had, if you weren't doing the merchant strategy. And why do you not want to do this doing the merchant strategy? Because I have a chance of getting the duplication option as a reward. If I did not have this 2 divine orbs here, I would not take this because I wouldn't want to risk getting that boon that duplicates and it hitting nothing, or worse, hitting like chaos when I don't care about chaos on the 1st floor or 2nd floor. But because I have this already, I can freely take this without having to worry that if I do duplicate it or get the duplication boon, well, it's going to duplicate this, and that's perfectly fine. But I ended up getting 30% increase in my non-unique relics, which is actually very strong for me because I have very powerful relics. So now I get to no-brainer take this one. Keep in mind, I have 50% reduced prices because of monsters, and I have 50% reduced prices because of the boon, or the accursed. I got 50% because of the accursed pack, and then 50% because of the boon. Now, I only have 126 gold, so I'm actually going to choose to waste time here and pick up the gold from the chests. I'm not going to lie to you, 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to do this in my runs. But because I am in the position where I'm at now, that's pivoting my strategy a bit. Which is why I think Sanctum is skill-based, personally. I don't think you could just slap on increased merchant items and instantly get as much currency as you possibly could and optimize it. I think you're going to be missing out on a lot of currency because of a skill issue, if I'm being honest. And that's because I suffered from those same skill issues. When I first started doing this strategy, I wasn't getting a whole lot of currency. But now I'm getting more and more, and it's because I'm making better decisions. Let's see what we get. So, I can already go ahead and duplicate my divines. This is my whole strategy. Yay, go us. We did it. We did the strategy. Duplicate a random offer reward. I received 2 divines. I have 4 divines now. And normally this would be a 15-minute run if I wasn't explaining anything to you all. Now what do I want to do? Okay. This is unfortunate for me. I have very little gold, and I'm not going to gain any gold from, let's see what we got. Let's look in the future. Yeah, I'm not going to gain any gold from the guy, which is very unfortunate. So doubling coins is useless. 50, gaining this major boon. Okay, so here's this thought process here. We could technically take this to help minimize the amount of major boons left in the pool to increase the odds of us getting the major boon that triples our rewards. How realistic do I think that is? Not very. Its chances are better than most chances in Poe, so it's one strat. This is a fantastic boon. Your coins are increased by 10% on room completion, but removed when I purchase something from the merchant. So if I buy this right now, I'll have like 100 gold left, and at the end of that next room, I would gain only 10 gold. I don't know how strong that is. I don't think it's very strong now at this point in the game. So I kind of put myself between a rock and a hard place here, but we did the main objective. So I'm actually going to gamble here. Let's try to hit the triple rewards. So I am going to, or triple, whatever you call it. So I'm buying this here, and then I'm buying the next lowest one, which is the 48. And let's see what happens. Coins are doubled. That's actually going to be very helpful for me. So I'm glad I ended up opting not to take that. I think personally at this point with so little coins, it's this is the only unfortunate thing about the affliction I received. So hey, you take risks. So far, it's worked out, so I'll take it.
We will be enslaved.
All right, what do we get? Nothing. Now I might as well go ahead and take this, not be an idiot. I get 3 awakened sextants. Just so you know, if I'm doing the merchant strategy, I should have mentioned this on the last floor when you had this option. I am never taking the second option here because it says at the end of the next floor. Had I taken any of the rewards on the second floor, they would have been in that pool and I would have given myself a 50-50 chance to not hit the divines, and I don't want to do that. So don't just pick these willy-nilly if you're doing this strat. You want to be very specific on the rewards that you are choosing. I don't care about these. I'm actually not even going to pick them up. And I don't want to take this because if I get lucky, probably not going to happen. If I get lucky and hit the triple rewards again, well, then I'm going to duplicate 6 awakened sextants instead of divines. Why would I do that? I don't want to. All right, on to the final floor here. Okay, this is the fun part. This is the dopamine shot to my brain. What keeps me coming back to Sanctum over and over again is this little hovering. It's almost like you see a ding on the floor, and you just got a unique. Okay, I didn't hit crap there, and okay, that's not terrible, but I'm not taking it. Not terrible, not taking it. Nope, don't want that. So, a bit unfortunate. None of these are what I want. I also don't have the all-seeing eye, so I can't make a better decision for where I'm going to move forward. So, let's actually think about this. One thing that you should notice is the lines. And I don't want to overcomplicate this here, but I think these things matter. If you pick something that has these 2 lines going to it, and you don't care about any of this stuff, let's ignore everything here for a second and think about what these lines are doing. If I choose to go here, right? The only option is this next box. Well, I don't know if you guys can notice, but if we go here, you are cutting yourself off from all of these boxes. If we choose to, let's say a divine was here and we wanted it, we would have to make the choice that we go here, we won't get to know what is going on in these sections, right? Now, if we go, but let's see what else is connected. This is connected, this connected, this is connected. Well, this also happens to be connected to this. So we could choose to go here, which gives us an option to say, okay, I at least am able to make the educated decision of what's here now. Do I want to go bottom, or do I actually want to go on these here? Because now if we go here, the only thing we're missing out on is these top ones. And then you have the final option, which is what I want here, and it's the same process of elimination. If I go here, well, my only options are going to be the boxes through here. It technically is a better choice than going bottom. If you don't care about the rewards at all, and you want to see if you have a better chance of getting divines, again, I'm not trying to overcomplicate it, but this is what I truly think is skill related. If you're taking your time and you're making your decisions like this in Sanctum, you're going to increase the rate of your returns. If you choose this one, you are losing all of this. This is a better option up here, because now you're giving yourself an opportunity to say, hey, what do I want? And the same thing goes for the middle. I am picking the middle because I know I don't want to go bottom, because I know I don't want to miss out on this. I'm eliminating the amount of boxes that I have to choose from, which is, instead of saying all of these, I'm only missing 2. So I'm going to the middle because now I'll have the choice to go here, which then also, I also have the choice to say, do I want to go top to get up here? Do I want to go in the middle to go down here? And I know that's kind of like, shut up and get to the point, Jesus. But I really am trying to go in depth here. So if that amount of detail and this amount of talking is not of your interest, I completely understand. Trust me, this is I'm not going to be the guy that you want to listen to. All right, let's take it. Let's see what boon we get. Hey, coins are double. Cool. Okay. Now here's what's very cool. What do we get? And nothing. Let's break down how I'm going to think this through. I personally prioritize the accursed packs because the accursed packs give you a chance at finding divines, or the 1 in a million, probably more than that, mirror. But again, I have to make an educated decision here. Do I want to go for this accursed pack to where I cut myself off? If I look at the lines, I'm going to cut myself off from these up here. So I have to say, okay, do I care about losing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chances? Do I care about losing chances? Versus if I go to this one, how many chances am I losing? Well, I am going to lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So from a statistical standpoint, if you're trying to increase your odds here, you would want to pick the one that removes 5 options instead of 6. So I am actually going to pick this, I believe. And the reason why is I personally think in this situation the gold is better because I get to choose. I have to pick either or on one of these anyway. If I pick this one and we go to this next one and a divine happens to be down here, well, guess what? Because we've been so logical about our choices and because we made smart choices, if I pick this one, I automatically get myself from what's going on up here. But if I pick this, I will see this entire floor and I will have the option to choose the entire floor. And if you guys are still with me at this point, hey, I'm proud of you. This is the route I take on this floor, just so I don't have to deal with most of that crap. We have the luxury of not having to worry about traps or afflictions, which is just insanely overpowered at this point. So keep going. And drum roll. Nope. 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 Okay. So we didn't get anything good, which is okay. So I am gambling for divines. That's what I'm going for. I know that I want this. And it's unfortunate that I won't get to see what's down here, but at least I know that I don't want to go here. I want to go here because maybe I can get divines here. And that's what the name of the game is for me. I'm trying to increase the amount of divines I can get. And we might as well go here because that's worth the most out of those two if I end up taking it. Let's see, actually. I think at this point, there's no reason for me to not take this. I think that's just silly. The odds of me tripling these rewards is it's slim to none. And I also don't have the legendary relics that duplicate my rewards at the end. So I am going to take this. It'd be silly for me not to. Unfortunately, yeah, there's nothing here, and I don't see anything of use here, so I am going here to give myself a chance at
It is
getting
irritating
divines.
that you have regressed so far.
Gain 2 minor boons. Let's see what we get.
Another human tempted by power. A mortal after my own heart.
Okay, these don't matter anymore. And we hit crap. Unfortunate. Okay. Hey! Pretty lucky. 6 divine run. So we are going to go here. Because you never know. We could hit that major boon. And we're going this way because we want the divines. And that's what we are opting to do. And so let me think about this here. If you had chosen to go down here, guess what? And you went to this box, you wouldn't even know that, well, no, you would. So I'm mistaken. You'd end up getting lucky if you got here and noticed like by the end. So please ignore me there. I'm still learning, guys. We're going down here. All right. I might as well take it because I'm not duplicating anything that I care about now. Do I think that I could hit the major boon that will triple everything? I mean, technically it's possible, but realistic? No, I don't think so. Nope. Okay. And let's take my juicy divines here and then just kind of finish the rest of the Sanctum.
Stop interrupting my work. Clean with fire, so that you burn.
This really isn't going to be a good guide in terms of handling Sanctum in of itself.
Yes,
I had to learn that the
let
hard
us
way.
spar once
You
more.
probably will too.
You cannot invade that
This was
space.
more designed to
I have
describe the
so much
merchant
sights
strategy
to
and
show
why I
you.
think it works, why I think it's so profitable, especially the faster you get. And I think this showcased it very well. Let me focus here because I could screw this up.
I will fade this world into
All right. So we took care of her before she hits her phase, which works out. Matter of fact, I haven't got to that second phase, and I can't tell you how long. And that's just the luxuries of having a very nice in-game character. I promise you all, I have lost probably 50 to 100 divines by just dying at this point because of a skill issue. If you're frustrated because you keep dying to this boss, it's just a skill issue. I mean, yeah, the DPS would help, but the mechanics, you just have to learn how to avoid them. I think they did an update on this patch where the red waves are actually much easier to see, I think. And you just have to fight her enough to where you get comfortable enough to avoid it. And miss the mechanics. And yeah, you could do the strategy of lowering the area level so that you can kill her faster so you can skip that phase. But up until that point, you're just going to have to get better at fighting the Sanctum boss, and you are going to lose your mind sometimes. I can't, like, when you're early in the league and you miss out on 6 divine, frustrating. But
Such grace seldom seen.
that's just a little showcase. That is the inside of my mind on how I run Sanctum. It is a very long video, but just a little bit of my own personal experience, my own insights. I think I do have some validity to my argument here, considering I have been able to farm a mirror worth of gear with crazy expensive items in this only being my second league. I literally started and farmed Sanctum and only Sanctum, and I ran Sanctum hundreds of times. I eventually hit a crazy lucky item later on in the league, doing something else, but I would say everything besides this amulet came from Sanctum. So it's very profitable, very fun. Oh, I'll show you one other thing. I do this. So another currency strategy with Sanctum that I choose to do while I'm also doing the merchant. If you notice here, and you have all, the item level is 85. That is extremely important to me because the only, and I'll just show you for the sake of showing you, the only relics that have a chance to drop, the merchant has 2 additional choices, or the merchant, I got 2 additional rooms somewhere, or the merchant has 2 additional rooms, is, look, item level 85. That's why I choose to do 83 and up only, because I want to not only increase my chances of original sin, but I also want to increase my chances of hitting these, because these are very valuable in and of themselves. They're worth, they vary through the league. I think at the highest I've seen them worth like a basic one, 12 to 14, at the lowest 6 to 7, but one like this where is it at? Where's my best one? 4% reduced merchant prices on top of 2 additional choices for merchants is insane. This dropped for me, best in slot for the merchant strategy. Extremely expensive if you want to get that. I got lucky enough to get one, but to kind of show you what I mean here with the selling strategy, do I have 5 to show you? I do. I don't really care about these anymore. I did care about them earlier, but
I'm so glad you
I make sure they're all 85. They are. I make sure I don't care about anything that's on here. I do not. And look, you put 5 in, you get 1. This is just kind of min-maxing your opportunity to make Divine and Sanctum. And now I've got 1 more attempt at rolling a good relic. Completely useless, as they typically are, so I just shove it back in my bag. And there you go. That is my Sanctum run. If you're newer, I hope it helps. Definitely not your target audience for experienced players. They probably did not make it to this point. I promise you they didn't. But I hope you guys have a great night. This was fun for me to make. Later.